What up, y'all? Welcome to another weekly wrap up.
With Preezy and Topher.
Oh, yeah.
You know what it is, week 4, back at it again.
Alright, well, this week was like mad stressful, and we apologize for this shit being so late. Chris had exams and stuff, because education's important, even though I'm still a degenerate in these streets.
Gotta get that degree, last class to graduate. Almost there, folks.
Haha. Degrees get USDs, I don't know.
Heck yeah, man, I gotta make that money.
Alright, so this week was really stressful. We'll talk about what we saw happen. Like, I'm gonna let you do it. I don't want to do this.
Yeah, so, I mean, this week, as Preezy mentioned already, was very stressful. We had a lot to do with Black Lives Matter and police shootings going on. There are maybe 3 individual events that we want to look into. We could start off with the shooting of Alton Sterling, and that happened in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I hand you that ball. Snow wants to play with her ball right now. So Alton Sterling, he was a black man. He was 37 years old, and this was on Tuesday, July 5th. And he was he's from Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He was known as the CD man. He would always sell CDs and DVDs outside a convenience store. And 2 police officers, they subdued Sterling. They shot him twice in the chest. So these police officers, they were responding to a call that said someone by the gas station had threatened them with a gun. The officers have been placed on administrative leave since. So he was actually shot around 4 to 6 times in the chest and back. And there was a witness who took a video, and also a store owner took a video. So there are 2 videos out right now. If you go on to CNN, you could view those videos. Just type into Google and you could find it. The store owner knew Sterling for 6 years, and the autopsy said he died for gunshot wounds to the chest and back. So there's no doubt that he died from those gunshot wounds. Initially, the police officers tried to use a stun gun, and then he was pinned to a police car, and then he was tackled to the ground. Then somebody yelled, "He has a gun," and then he was shot 4 to 6 times in the chest by a police officer. And the case right now is being reviewed by the U.S. Justice Department. And so, that's what happened last week. And as of today, there were a few updates. The store owner, as I mentioned earlier, he's known Sterling for about 6 years. He's suing the police department. He claims he was illegally detained for 4 hours in a police car after Sterling was shot. He claims that police confiscated the store's security camera without a warrant, and he also claims that his cell phone was confiscated after the incident. Those are a few updates that happened recently. Also, the Baton Rouge district attorney said he has known the parents of one of the police officers, so he's not going to participate in investigating the case. Conflict of interest there. So that's kind of a summary of the Alton Sterling case. But we've seen many similar situations where it seems like police are using force where it is unwarranted. And then pretty much the same day, there was a police shooting that happened to Philando Castile. He was also a black man. He worked as a cafeteria supervisor. This shooting happened in Minnesota. A lot of his colleague, one of the teachers that worked at the school described him as laid back and not threatening. His fiance also described him as very laid back. It seems as though if there were anybody it seems that he would not be a person that would appear threatening to a police officer. His fiance, he was in the car with his fiance and his 4-year-old daughter.
Kid.
Yeah, man. Shot in front of his child. So that's unfortunate.
The fuck?
That's real. That's really real for a 4-year-old to experience.
It's not even right, yo. It's just like, I don't know. It's like billions levels of wrong.
Right, and props to his fiance who was able to videotape this right after the shooting had occurred. I think it's great. Things like this do need to be publicized, and props to her for being able to think clearly in that situation and use Facebook Live to kind of post that. Live on Facebook.
Yeah, there are also GoFundMe's for both families.
Oh, nice.
We can post those on a description if they still need to
For sure.
need support. But I think they got the money they needed really quick, given the circumstances of the bullshit. And then when we say Black Lives Matter, we don't mean like all lives don't fucking matter. It's just like y'all don't give a fuck about the Black lives right now. Don't act like y'all don't.
Right. And it's like, yeah, obviously all lives matter. That's kind of already understood, but it's like, things like this just keep on occurring over and over. And it's not like they haven't been occurring before. It's just that, now people are videotaping them, which is great. Stuff like this needs to be publicized. And police are in a position of power. They are, we hire them to protect our community, to serve our community, and they should,
And it's not like just black people are getting fucked over by the cops either.
Exactly.
There's also white folk out there and brown folk that got fucked over by the cops, but it's just predominantly like the black ones that get fucked over, and we need to focus in on that so we can prevent all cops fucking over all the people, and we just have this mutual understanding, and respect of humanity that cops are trying to do their goddamn jobs, and you just need to not be a shitty citizen and do your damn job of being a good citizen and just do your shit.
Right.
But we need both sides to understand we gotta meet each other halfway and not be so hateful and negative towards each other.
Speaking of some great cops, we can transition over to the Dallas shootings. The cops there was a protest going on, a Black Lives Matter protest happening in Dallas last week, and that was in response to the shootings of Philando Castile and Alton Sterling. And there was a gunman who came. He shot 5 police officers with a sniper. So that's very terrifying, and it's really sad because these police officers, they were actually doing a lot to protect the Black Lives Movement's protesters. They're kind of they're not like the protesters you hear about that, or they're not like the cops you hear about that were being hostile to the protesters. They're more so protecting them. They're on Twitter, supporting the Black Lives Movement protest that was going on. But yeah, 5 of them were killed by this gunman. He used a sniper. This guy had some history in the military. He wasn't affiliated with any particular group. But yeah, that was very terrible. Micah Johnson was the guy who had done it.
But Chris,
what's up?
have you noticed that all this bullshit occurred right after Hillary's bullshit occurred?
Oh, with the email scandal?
Yeah, with the email scandal.
Then you kind of takes it away from
Yeah.
a little attention away.
Right, it takes a little attention away from the Hillary scandal.
I think we have a friend who has some insight on this conspiracy bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
The goddamn government always wants to do.
Jake has to say.
We have I'm going to call you J Klein.
I like Jewsy J.
You like Jewsy J?
Jewsy J.
All right, well,
EW with an EW.
we got to introduce y'all to Jewsy J. He's one of our homeboys. Known him for a minute. Also went to UNC.
Hey.
Just a cool homie.
Nice to meet you guys. I am Jewsy J.
You have to walk around and get in front of the camera
Right here.
for our audio, visual
homies.
homies. Yeah.
You know it.
Let me squeeze in here. I am quite a bit of a giant.
Nice and cozy.
Remote of my ass at the moment. I'm just saying, all this shit happens with Hillary. The fact that she got off with such a big scandal. You know what I mean? Where people died. Scandal. Not only people died from Benghazi, but just the fact that she did stuff that just what a normal person would be in jail forever would be murdered for treason.
Right.
And the fact that she got off for that, and people are up and roaring that, and the next day she got that day actually she got off on it. She was in, I think what it might have been Texas. I'm not exactly sure which state. No, it was North Carolina. It was Charlotte, North Carolina, our home state right now.
She was campaigning with
Yeah,
Barack
she was
Obama.
Barack Obama in Charlotte, and Trump was in Raleigh, but she was in there.
Okay.
Less than a few hours after she got found out, she was innocent. Attorney General was on the plane, said, "Hey,
right,
let's have this
because
meeting."
initially, like the FBI had done an investigation, and then they turned it over to the Justice Department. They had made a few recommendations, and so the Attorney General, like, was it maybe like a few hours later that same day?
Exactly.
Yeah, they said that
They said Laura. I forgot her last name. The Attorney General at the moment.
Oh, Loretta Lynch.
Oh, Loretta Lynch. I don't know. I
Right.
said Laura. Sorry. It's that
I was thinking
L
Laura
word.
Bush.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not the Showtime, the lesbian show on Showtime. L word. But no,
I'm
Loretta.
not familiar with that one.
It's like Girls, but more lesbian. It's great. It's awesome on a Sunday night when you're alone. But no, but it's actually people were kind of up in arms about this. Like, yeah, this person got off on this, and then a few days later, this thing happens in Dallas, and all these people get killed, and these people come with these conspiracies. They come up with the fact that they say, oh, well, maybe this happened to take away from something, help fund a different purpose. Maybe this happened to drive stocks for rich people, you know what I mean? Or some other person happened for this other for campaign reasons. There's this rumor going around that the shooter, Micah Johnson, when he was trapped in the parking garage, said right before he got blown up by the police robot who went in there and had a explosive device on him. There was a rumor that he said, "This is for Donald Trump," or you know what I mean, or "I want to start a race war."
Interesting.
There was a lot of stuff there. People are saying. I've watched Fox News. I've watched CNBC. I've watched not only the liberal media. I've watched the conservative media just to keep it non-biased. And each are saying different things.
Yeah.
Some are saying this person's doing it on this behalf, but like I said, that this person wrote some RB was what he wrote in his own blood after he was wounded on the wall of the parking garage. He wrote RB.
Okay,
before he
right.
died. And a lot of people, they're so hard to figure out what
that is.
RB means. But still, it's just a lot of people are so like it's just like the JFK assassination.
Right. I mean, I definitely
Conspiracies.
think like powerful people with more money, people with ties to organizations with more money have influence in certain ways. I mean, like it's hard for us to say for sure in which way they do have influence, but it's always a possibility. It's definitely something to take into consideration. I think there are talks that Britney Spears went during Bush's presidency. I think she had kind of went on her like crazy rant and shaved her head and stuff. I'm not exactly sure whether it was near 9/11 or during Hurricane Katrina, or like kind of like take attention away from Bush neglecting his job during Hurricane Katrina, or deploying FEMA at appropriate time.
So I just feel like he, I'm not like obviously I feel like his actions, albeit very very rash, and he obviously he just wanted to be, I guess, an example. I guess he wanted to be a martyr, kind of be a stand-up person in his own mind. I don't know if it was a conspiracy into itself. To some people, it might be a conspiracy because some people could say, hey, this could push for more gun laws if we make this guy. You know what I mean? If we planted this and this and this, if you want to dive into some government secrets or something like that, but if you wanted to be as cold hard facts,
right?
This guy could have been like the Martin Luther King of his time. In his mind, he could have thought, "Hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be remembered as a martyr." You know what I mean? And it's a big,
I mean, I think
movement, and in reality, he hurt the movement. It wasn't progressing.
Yeah, I definitely
the Black
agree
Lives
with
Matter
that
movement at all. It was just. It's setting it back, and there's even African American ladies who were saying on the radio who were actually witnessed police officers go down in Dallas, who said that even on their last breath, these police officers, I watched this guy die right in front of me. He protected me. He protected my son, even if she was wounded, and she has a better respect for police officers now and understanding them as a whole. Not saying just police officers as white guys, but also seeing them as colors, Mexicans.
And I think that's a great thing right there, like
all that stuff.
And it's really sad that those police officers had to suffer, and I think it's tremendous that they did protect people, civilians that were in that area. And it always seems like in the media either you're for the cops or you're for black people. And I feel like those two topics, I know Trevor Noah had a piece on this. He discussed this a little bit during his Daily Show piece last week. He said, it's not mutually exclusive being for black people and cops. There are a lot of cops who are black people. But then again, and there are a lot of cops who take their job very seriously and prioritize protecting citizens, but at the same time there are those cops who do have that kind of power struggle, that kind of sense that they need to enforce their dominance on those people that they are supposed to be protecting. So yeah, I think it's definitely important for police departments to have certain. First of all, cops on average, I'd say they get paid $40,000 a year. That's not sustainable. The police chief of Dallas mentioned this. That's not sustainable for a police officer. The type of job they're doing, they need to have the resources where they need to have the mental health resources. They need to have the health insurance in which they can. Do their job comfortably and do it well. So I think that's definitely important.
Yeah, I mean, who's going to want to be a police officer when you're not getting paid anything, not to mention your benefits and your mental and physical health well-being? Who's going to want to be a police officer and protect people that are going to want to kill them? Who's going to want to put their life on the line, sweat? And then the people who do want to be police officers are going to be degenerates who are just going to bring it down to a lower level than it is.
Right.
And let it's going to become a corrupt system at that point.
Yeah, and it's not like, these police officers don't have, like, family that they need to support, without, getting paid enough. That it's going to be very hard for them to do that. They're going to want to transition into another job where they can support their family.
And you don't have to be anti-cop to be pro-black. You don't have to be pro-cop to be anti-black or whatever.
Yeah. Right.
You can just it's just like a mutual understanding of humanity. People.
I mean, you can kind of compare. I mean, you can just say, hey, you don't have to, you don't have to hate police officers just because you like African Americans. Or black people. It's just like.
Right.
I feel like nowadays it's kind of expected. You know what I mean? If you're black, it's like, hey, automatically, I hate police officers.
Yeah.
And the spectrum of it all, it's just like all black people, to my, from what it seems like, from what a lot of people see, it's just like all black people see police officers as the enemy, regardless of color of the police officer. It could be a guy named Gutierrez, and they'll be like, or Cho, or Johnson, or Smith, and they're looking at him as white. As right away, I feel like they look at him as white more than as a different color. And Michael Johnson even said, "I look to kill cops, especially white cops, or white people, especially white cops." Not African. The misstatement. It's I killed white people, white cops especially. And there was no mention of until that incident happened a few years ago, where an Asian man was killed and a Mexican man was killed in their police car when a man traveled cross country just to shoot these two police officers sitting in their cop car. These two police officers who had family. A man who his wife just gave birth to a baby.
Right, and I feel like that's misdirected aggression right there. Don't know, like every one of these cases, these are individuals. Like people make generalizations, like cops are all bad, black people are all bad, but these are all individuals. These people have individual personalities, and taking radical action like shooting people up is just a terrible way to go about it, and it's a very destructive way to go about it.
It's not helping your cause at all. If anything, it's just if you're in your mind, if you think that's helping you, that's just stupid, because it's not helping you. It's not helping anybody. It's just hurting people. It's stressful, man. And you're not only hurt to yourself, and especially with today's social media and the vast information we have. You're hurting a whole nation. You're hurting a world.
Yeah.
Look at the Orlando shootings. You saw people in
Media's
Paris
crazy.
mourning our country in Paris. In England, mourning our country, and the loss of a nightclub shooting. You know what I mean? You have to understand the presence you have now, and how it's just not affecting the small localized amount of people. It's affecting everybody.
True. Yeah. It's crazy to me how much of an influence and how global the media is, how fast it could spread. But to bring this to a more local level, I actually just read about this when I was at Preezy's show. Preezy was performing at Local 506. He was doing a stand-up act. Mad props, Preezy.
Yeah.
She was weak.
for
Oh,
that.
Show.
man,
It was good.
I'm not gonna rag on it. I'm not gonna rag on it.
It was good. It was a good
Solid.
show. It was a good show.
It was open mic, so by the time I got on, it was like everybody was fucking gone. So I was bummed out about it.
Right.
But still,
I mean,
y'all
it's still a solid show.
yeah, y'all
Props.
should go to Local 506 in general when they have some dope. I don't know. I always talk about.
It was
Local
my first
506.
time there tonight, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of the bands I heard were actually really good. It
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
feel
it
like
really was.
I've never been to 506. It was a great time.
Support
So
these
it's-
local
yeah.
venues out here
Right.
in Chapel Hill.
It's Monday night,
Yeah.
and there's
Support
so
your
many
local-
people there.
You never know where these people are gonna go. I know a lot of people from UNC who became who actually play for the Warriors right now, who just won another championship.
Right.
Or not won
You know
another
a dude
championship.
on
No, they
MTV
did not win
right
another
now.
championship. I mean, like they won plenty.
Yeah, you know, a dude on MTV.
Yeah, I know a fair amount of people
Like,
that
I-
just come out of UNC who just do crazy shit right now.
I know a dude that used to
That's
work at
awesome.
Insomnia Cookies with me, and now he helps write like the cinematic sounds of movies and shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
you
cool.
never know
Yeah.
what's gonna come out of something small. So just support your small shit.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
small shit can turn into big shit, and you're like,
Everybody's
got
gotta
to
start from somewhere, right?
Exactly.
That's why we out here.
That's what Drake said. Started from the bottom.
Now
Now,
we
you're
here.
somewhere. Or some here. I don't know. But just support your the small people out there, because you never know. You'd be sitting there telling your grandkids one day, be like, I knew that.
Yeah,
person.
right. That's the best
Right.
part. Like,
Yeah.
I knew him when he was nothing.
Yeah,
Nah,
I knew him when like I used to be into
I mean, make
hentai.
sure
I
you're
don't know.
something too at that point. Otherwise, your kids gonna rag on you. Like, exactly.
Exactly, but real talk though.
Yeah, it definitely important to pay attention to what's going on around you, what's local. Speaking of what's local, there's actually so I was reading this while I was at Local 506 today. HB 972 passed by a North Carolina legislator. God, I can't talk right now. State legislator today. But yeah, it was signed by Pat McCrory. Basically, police departments don't have to release body cam footage to the public if they don't want to. So police basically they have the body cams, and that's a lot of that has been able to show how police have been kind of not doing their job properly. Now that does not have to be released, so that kind of defeats a big purpose of having body cameras in the first place. I feel like people would have to actually go through the process of like going to court before they could access that video if the police decide that they don't want to release body camera videos. With that being said, I mean, body cameras, the footage from it are still useful to the police department itself because they could review it and see what needs to be fixed. They could see, they could review it and see, how suspects were acting. So I feel like having video footage of an encounter is a great way to, figure out what is actually going on. It's, an objective perspective of what's going on. I feel like that's very unfortunate that bill was passed. That that's not public information. Body camera footage doesn't have to be provided to the public. So North Carolina.
Speaking of cameras, and, on a lighter note of cameras, you got Pokemon Go.
Yeah. How's
How's that data going, guys? How's your phone?
How do you even tangent that from cameras to Pokemon Go?
I just feel like you use your
Right.
camera to do it. I mean, come on. Who among us have not used your camera in Pokemon Go? It's like the staple,
you
it's
got
the
to.
foundation
I
of
feel like there
Pokemon
were better
Go
ways of transitioning
next to a
Pokemon Go.
smartphone.
Shit was weak, dog. That's fine. Cameras, Pokemon Go.
Okay, come on.
Anyways,
it wasn't a good
I
transition,
feel
but
like
okay.
It's cool. Anyways, I
gotta
got
transition.
I got Pokemon Go, and then I played for like 2 days. I played, and then I caught like a Pidgey and a Caterpie at best. And I started off with
I
Bulbasaur.
caught a Caterpie right as soon as I got here.
And I started off with
Oh, nice.
Bulbasaur. and then I played for like
I named my
I played for, like,
Charmander Charlie. Charlie the Charmander.
Charlie the Charmander. And I played for 2 days, and then the app restarted on me. And I just said, "Fuck this! I don't play anymore." So I didn't. But everybody else seems to be having a good time. Tell us.
Oh yeah, what was your Pokemon name? Let me just say, what was your Pokemon master name? Because I know you get to pick a screen name for each.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
Preezy
right.
P.
You're a Preezy Pete?
Yeah.
Okay, what was yours?
I'm a Prince Vegeta 99. Representing DBZ.
I'm Piccolo. I'm JK Muffmaster 69.
Nice.
JK Muffmaster.
Nice.
I went for the classic like
Hey.
douchey. I love to eat snatch. So,
Once you
yeah.
get in battles with some chicks, you know,
Yeah.
Muffmaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely
Okay,
want to
okay.
eat at a girl who's wearing a Squirtle t-shirt.
Haven't
Never
been
buy the tart for that one.
haven't been with too many girls, but I'm a muff master when it comes to that. When the opportunity strikes itself.
When the Pokeballs present themselves.
Metaphorical Pokeballs.
You just gotta go. You just gotta capture it. I think Pokemon Go is just it's interesting. Speaking of conspiracies earlier, I feel like Pokemon Go is just because they're talking about. I read an article and I don't know if it was.
I guess it did just come out recently too.
And this thing came out
Right,
recently,
last
but like
week.
Pokemon Go, yeah, from what I've heard recently, and myself, I just got a text message saying I've used over half my data, and we're only on the 11th day of this month, and I've used over half my data for this month because I played Pokemon Go
Data for
since
days.
it came out. Because Pokemon Go eats your fucking data like crazy, and not only that,
Snapchat.
Right.
exactly, it's way worse. And all you're doing 90% of the time is walking around holding your dick in your hand or your vagina for lady listeners. You're just walking around, and just that's it. And you catch Rattatas or Pidgeys and the occasional Caterpies or Weedles, but you never get the almighty Charizards or Moltres or
Right.
the great stuff. You know what I mean? And
Well, I mean,
just feel
I
like
got a
the
Charmander
internet-
right now, so eventually I can't wait till that evolves into a Charizard. That's gonna be.
But you have to get. I evolved my Pidgey to Pidgeotto. I'm proud. I'm a
Oh,
proud
nice! You
father
got a
of
few
Pidgeotto.
Pidgeotos, right?
Yeah, I am a proud father of a flock of Pidgeottos.
Hey.
Hey, yeah, I'm living life. Aren't you proud, Dad? Aren't you proud now? I made it. No, but there's this thing called Stardust, I believe it's called. But there's certain things you use for each Pokemon. There's Squirtle, candy, and stuff like this. So I was
Yeah.
trying to evolve my Squirtle into a Wartortle. But you need
Right.
like 25 candies, and there's certain battles you do, or the more water Pokemon you get, it's so and so forth. You know, so
Right.
it's so hard unless you invest money, and that's exactly how most apps are. If you want to pay like $4.99, you can upgrade your stuff.
Right, you
quicker.
can
I'd
buy
be down
some
to pay,
candy
but I don't
or-
I don't like how you can't battle and shit. I assumed it would have been like the Pokemon we played back in the day for real.
Exactly.
Where you like see
Silver
the
and all that.
Pokemon
Well,
like level
once
up
you
and
once
stuff.
you get to like level 5, you can go to gyms and then you can.
That's whack. Why can't I
right?
battle
So I
out
can
in
go to
public?
gyms right now, but like I can't. I'm never close enough to gyms. Like
It makes more sense that you like battle wild shit and then like level up. Wouldn't that be more fun? Like when,
Well, I mean exactly.
Well, I
love
feel like the task of actually, flicking the Pokeball and catching the Pokemon itself is
it's just weak.
slightly a challenge.
That is weak as hell, Chris. And you know
It's kind of like self gratification.
weak. Back in the
I
day,
don't know,
It's like an old man who drives a sports
Yo.
car when he like has a like
yo,
when
back
he
in
knows he can't get his dick hard anymore.
back in the day, you would catch a Pidgey, and then you would make it battle other Pidgeys and Caterpie.
Yeah, and you watch the
Kakuna.
Pokeball like beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop.
Right,
And, like,
right, yeah.
It wouldn't catch it every time.
Right,
It
you
wouldn't, yeah.
You would catch. Yeah, you wouldn't catch every time. Your Bulbasaur would have to like whatever your star Pokemon was would have to battle that first Pokemon you were trying to catch.
Yeah.
And, like,
Or you'd have to like
weaken it.
Yeah, you'd
and
have to like save up Solar Beam. You like get one blast. You have to
Yeah.
like recharge and.
That opponent Pokemon would be like on 10 HP, and then that's when you throw the Pokeball. Not on this like basic ass shit where you just throw when you see it.
Yeah, when you see it. Okay, literally. Okay, I name one Pokemon. Have you had a Pokemon? Either of y'all? Have you had a Pokemon that has popped right out of his Pokeball after you threw it?
Hell yeah, all the time. That's what they do.
You do?
What do you mean?
in the
No,
old
has
ones or
has
now?
it rejected? Okay, so in the original Pokemon, if you throw it right away, it went and pops right out.
Right,
In the new Pokemon Go, have you ever thrown a Pokeball and the Pokemon has not gotten caught?
No, it's got caught every single time.
Every time, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
There's been one
granted,
time.
I only have like 5 Pokemons
That's
right
really
now,
lame.
but so
I was gonna say there's been one time exactly that's lame as shit. There's been one time I threw it and I caught an Ekans. The first time I threw it, it popped right back out, and I threw it one more time and I wasted 2 or 3 Pokeballs.
Yo,
Finally,
Those whack ass kids that like couldn't
we
do
can edit
Pokemon.
that.
that couldn't do Pokemon right. You know what I mean? That like struggled to
right.
succeed at Pokemon.
True.
That couldn't level up and like find the Articuno.
Who couldn't get the fucking Master Ball and catch the Lugia or the Moltres or the Articuno?
Those
You're
weak
right.
ass kids that are like, now it's for these. No, this is
This is the millennial Pokemon.
Yeah, this is millennial.
This is
Pokemon.
millennial. This is the parent Pokemon. This is what parents play to connect their kids.
I'm sorry, I'm really invested in Pokemon. I just like Pokemon was like a challenging developing experience.
All right, I want to tell you how invested I was in Pokemon real quick. I drove my car to Raleigh and blew a rod on the way back and totaled my car essentially because I went and bought a Game Boy Color so I could play Pokemon.
That's dedication
Yellow,
right there.
silver, and gold once more, and all those old school shit.
Did you end up getting the games before you totally?
No, I did not. I still have the Game Boy Color though. So
okay.
If anybody out there has any of the Pokemon,
Effort is important.
you know, pause for the cause and pass.
Man.
See, for me, like I actually did not play Pokemon growing up,
Really,
so
Chris?
this would be a chance
Chris,
for
you
me to
shouldn't
like.
even. You
Are
shouldn't
you
even
part of
waste
the
your time.
Yu-Gi-Oh generation or the Digimon?
Oh, see, like I watched Indigo and like that was, I enjoyed it, but then like I got really into Dragon Ball Z and I became a Dragon Ball Z fanatic.
I do like
once
some,
I got
some Ball Z.
yeah, once I got Budokai 3, I was obsessed with that.
Dude, so I saw this thing on Facebook the other day. It was really funny. You know, like when you first catch a Pokemon, Pokemon Go has like the stats on that shit. It
Right.
was someone who caught a Greymon, but it labeled as a Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Oh
So
shit!
it's like 3 points
Wrong
offensive. It wasn't a
show,
Pokemon.
bro.
It wasn't a Yu-Gi-Oh! It was not a Digimon. It was all like fucked up on 3 levels. It was great. I just feel like this Pokemon Go thing is kind of getting out of hand. I was on the bus the other day and I saw like 3 people just sitting there playing, bragging how many Pokemon they caught since they've been on the bus, and I think it's just the
Right.
main. I think I just basically they want you to invest your money. Eventually, you'll get addicted. You're like, I want to catch better Pokemon. I'm gonna buy more shit.
Right, and
Invest-
the idea is like, you know, it's healthy for you. Like, you know, you go walk around, you find some Pokemon, but you said
But you're
on
paying
the bus.
money for that healthiness. You know what I mean? You're paying money for the data. You're wasting extra shit on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're better off getting an emulator.
Yeah.
And just playing the old school games.
You'd rather have a game. Yeah, exactly. You'd rather have something shit you can just carry around and then hang out with your friends and talk to them. Actually, socially interact with them instead of sitting there going, "Oh look, I'm
Yeah,
going
it's just
to
weak as hell.
catching a Pokemon with my thumb."
Fucking millennials.
It's just fucking exactly. And most millennials I've heard are doing dirty shit with this. So I knew a girl who caught a Rattata on her titty. Just sitting there, and her boyfriend was joking around. Was like, "Oh, I'm gonna catch it," and had a Rattata
Right, 'cause you
on her
see
titty.
it on
'Cause you
camera.
can literally, if you detect Pokemon, you click the right time, wherever the camera's facing, you can aim that Pokemon on their thing. I know people that put it on their genitalia. It's just insane.
It's funny.
If anything, this game is just something. I don't know. I know people want to walk. This game's meant for people to walk more and geocache kind of, but
I need better shit to do.
people just want to play Pokemon. You're better off buying an N64 and grabbing Pokemon Stadium and sitting around for a weekend and just enjoying
I
yourself.
need to find hobbies. Goddammit. Like,
Exactly that.
This
Yeah,
generation
stamp
of
collect
like
yourself.
millennials who just stress about bullshit need to find some goddamn hobbies.
Yeah, I would
Go-
think that
go
it's
volunteer.
millennials who are using Pokemon Go.
Help
the
people.
most.
How about that? How about you go out and help people?
Yeah,
go
go
out
volunteer.
and
Go like, I don't know, make a cool app that's not
Exactly.
Pokemon Go. I don't know. Just be productive, man.
Make a
We
sandwich.
say
how about
this,
you, how about
but-
you go to your refrigerator, make a sandwich, and go give it to a homeless person who's hungry for
I
one.
mean,
Just-
yeah, y'all
just
play
someone.
Pokemon Go, but like y'all are aware of how much it sucks. So y'all like play enough where it's like moderate. Other motherfuckers are like addicted to this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
quit getting addicted
well-
to shit. Like quit getting into the drugs and Pokemon Go and sports.
Drugs and
and, like,
well, how
find
long
your
do you
own
think?
shit.
How long?
I mean, if it's like between Pokemon Go and heroin, I would definitely say Pokemon
Right,
Go.
for sure. But like,
I mean, heroin's pretty good though.
just quit.
I love
I'm
it
just
so
kidding.
much.
Just
Where's
learn
my
to-
But when you
needle
play
at
heroin
again?
on Pokemon Go, when you play Pokemon Go, when you play on Pokemon Go.
Oh yes,
When you play
that's
heroin,
what-
when you're
that's
on
where
heroin,
it's
you
at.
play Pokemon Go. Then that's just another level.
there's a difference between like an addiction and a productive passion. You know what I mean?
No, that's true.
Pokemon Go is not gonna get you paid.
It's like that game Clash of Clans you see commercials for all the time. People play Clash of Clans and they're like, oh, well, I want to buy more of this and this. And they'll end up spending like a couple $100 a month just fucking playing this game. And they get really invested into where they don't go outside. They don't hang out with their kids. They're just always on the couch just playing it, hanging out. And just invested so much time in this fucking game and you can do something else, And Pokemon Go,
Yeah.
I feel like, is just causing more harm than it's helping.
And again, like I feel like we have so many like ways in which you can kind of just like invert yourself and like stay away from society. Netflix, binge watching TV shows.
That's true. Yeah.
I do love staying home, not doing shit.
Right.
That is my one of my favorite fucking things. Yeah.
It's
that
really
was my superlative in high school.
I like seeing people, but I don't like seeing people.
Yeah, no, I definitely
really
need some me time for sure. Like every part.
My original plan tonight, actually, for wanting to go see like you perform was to sit in my house, eat a stuffed crust DiGiorno, and go get a red box across the street where 2 police officers were, I think, arresting some dude for drinking ice house in public. But
I think in a perfect world, I'd just party from like, I'd work from 9 to 5, party from like 5 to 9, and then I'd like bring a girl home. And that'd be like a perfect day, I think.
That would be ideal.
I'd just do it again, 9 to 5,
That'd be
5 to 9,
amazing.
bring a girl home. Yeah.
that's a good life. I would love that. I wish I had a Pokemon Go app for that. You just walk around, like, just throw a Pokeball, and a girl would get hit on her phone and be like, hey, what up? And, like, we just text single girls in the area, you know what I mean?
Right. No, you maybe, like, find those Pokemon fanatics that are females, go on Pokemon Go date.
Yeah.
Go on an excursion.
No, like that kind of creepy shit where they dress up like Pokemon, want to have sex. That'd just be...
Oh,
like,
wow.
yeah.
That's after...
She'd be like, yeah, so I fucked a girl last night. She was dressed like a Bellsprout. It was great.
That's like a Bellsprout.
Some next level shit. Yeah. Or a Vileplume.
Hey man, whatever.
The
whatever
girl was
they're
dirty
into.
last night. She was a Gloom.
She's- oh man.
Yeah, she's not a Goldeen, that's for sure. She's ghastly.
Oh man. You stay away from the Gasleys.
Exactly.
So is that all that happened? Well, yeah, is that all that happened this week? A bunch of like racist bullshit, conspiracy theories, and Pokemon Go.
I mean,
It's
those
a
are like the
hodgepodge,
main
but yeah.
things. But
In soccer, I think Portugal won. Shout out Portugal. I really wanted France to win, but oh well.
We have the Olympic trials going on right now.
Olympics.
Yeah, those are coming up.
nice.
Yeah, the Zika virus, you have a lot of athletes not wanting to
Kevin
compete
Durant went
because
to
of
the
that shit.
Warriors.
Yeah,
We can talk
Kevin
about
Durant's
that.
to the Warriors.
Yeah, Kevin Durant's going to the Warriors.
A lot of memes and a lot of
memes.
jerseys are being made right now. Memes have been blowing up. A lot of tears been spilt.
Right. Yeah.
I saw one meme where it was like, you know how Goku can be like Goku and then like Super Saiyan 2. So it was Goku in all forms of Super Saiyan, and it was just
2,
like
Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4.
Warriors team gonna be stacked next year. I thought that was the funniest thing ever.
I'm pretty sure the Warriors are just being invincible the rest of the time. It's literally going to be the Warriors and the Cavaliers until LeBron dies. Or Steph Curry. It's like one of the two. Or Durant. Or just, you know what I mean? Just a battle now at this point. It's just the North versus the South. Literally like the Civil War of basketball for the next 5 years, you know.
Schoolboy Q dropped an album this week. Blank Face. Blank Face is so good. I only listened to half of it though. I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't get a chance to listen to all of it. But yeah, Schoolboy Q. Logic dropped a mixtape I think a week ago, but I don't pay attention to Logic very much. And that's all I got musically, I think.
Right,
I'll check my apps.
Schoolboy Q,
We got
Logic.
sports music. As for weather, it is...
People don't care about weather because everyone lives in a different demographic on the internet.
That is true. That is true. The weather is great on the internet currently.
Oh, dude. Oh, God. That's my mixtapes app. I have the premium subscription. Like, I paid the fucking $3 a month, but they still give me damn commercials when I open the app. And then I have to go to the section where I have to click exclusive or whatever, or premium.
Right. Usually when you pay for the subscription, you don't have to watch the ad.
Yeah, I never had to when I had Pandora 1.
See, like, even right now I have to log in and shit. I don't know. Some people make really shitty
Also,
apps.
that's the thing with Pokemon Go, too. Another downside, the login issue.
Oh, you gotta log
There's
in
actually
every
another
time.
conspiracy issue that ISIS was messing with the fucking server. Messing with people not being able to log into the Pokemon Go app because that constantly logs you out. And that's a big issue people are having. It constantly logs you out.
Where the conspiracy was that ISIS was fucking with people and like
and instantly logging them out.
Continuously logging them out,
Fucking
just
like with the
fucking with
server. Yeah,
Americans.
but still, like, and it continues.
That-
Though. You
that-
always get logged out.
I mean, that's how you get Americans' attentions, man. Log them out of Pokemon Go, then
That's really sad.
ready to
Though.
go
That
to
comes
war.
to our attention. We have to like play with our fucking Pokemon Go. Like,
Yeah.
how
Alright.
dare you, ISIS, murder my Squirtle?
Now we got a problem.
You slaughter my Gengar, you son of a bitch. You die.
Snoop Dogg dropped an album too. Sorry about that. It's called Kool-Aid.
man.
But he spells Kool-Aid with a C because he's Crippin'.
That's fucking awesome.
Of course. I think that's all that happened. Nothing crazy.
I like how Snoop Dogg spoke out.
His
like
week's been really,
his
oh
word-
yeah, we
his
should
words
talk
really
about
good.
that.
He spoke out.
Snoop Dogg and the gang went to LAPD
Yeah.
to talk to the cops there and
Yeah.
just get some shit straightened out and just
Yeah.
like have a dialogue, which is important.
That's awesome.
Communication.
It was good
keeps
shit. It
success.
was good shit, and like he was actually, it was a good like ambassador too, especially with him having such respect in the community,
Yeah,
in the rap community, in the Crip community,
in the hip hop community if you
as
will.
well. Yeah,
The urban
every type of
community.
community. Yeah,
Yeah, because
the
Gang was there.
subculture community.
Gang
the
was there for
community.
Bloods repping.
Right. Respect for him using that reputation to kind of like, make
Better,
a-
yeah.
Not be
Right.
shitty people.
See, that's
yeah.
the thing is, there's the people with that type of influence and that type of power need to realize they can use their shit for good or bad. There's people that will be
True.
like, will perpetuate this animosity towards, race war or whatever.
Yeah.
When people that can use their power, like Snoop, like, hey, I'm a Crip, you know what I mean? Like, I come from this shit, I come from the hood, I know how it is, but we need to mutually respect each other, and they use their shit for good, they heal people.
Right.
You know what I mean? The Black Panther Party back in the early, when they first reformed, like, set up clinics for black people to help them out with sickle cell tests and
That's
did
awesome.
good. But, like, now the Black Panther Party is starting to get a bad reputation again because they're kind of being extremists more. You know what I mean? I'm not down on them, obviously. They're not bad, like I said, but some of the members have been known to kind of extreme it a little bit more.
Right.
And that's the thing is, like, you got to use what you have
And,
to
like,
better your community. You know what I mean? You don't
Yeah.
wanna-
I mean, those few extremists too will definitely tarnish your reputation and
Mhm.
that shit can spread.
Just like what happened in Dallas, yeah. This gentleman just
Yep.
set back a lot of progression that we had. Maybe who knows? So
It's incredibly unfortunate.
and you also heard there was also some threats too after that attack happened on police officers in Tennessee and Georgia and a bunch of other attacks that could
Oh,
happen in
man.
the future. And that's what's really scary is not only we're facing attacks from abroad, we're also facing attacks at home.
Yeah. It's
Right.
just- damn.
It's crazy, man. All of us just need to kind of take a breather,
Chill the fuck
Mhm.
out.
Yeah, just fucking have a beer, relax, just
Yeah, just listen to one another.
yeah.
That's probably why they need legalize weed everywhere.
Yeah.
But Colorado doesn't have this
People
problem.
be so much more relaxed.
It's Colorado's rate.
So,
We're
Well-
just chill. That's if I had to impart a little bit of wisdom to everybody, I'd just say everybody just love one another and chill and not be
The world
super
be a better
fucking
place.
an asshole to one another. Because what's that gonna solve? You're just gonna look like a dick, and no one wants to hang out with a dick.
Right.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like we should ask Jake some questions as a guest.
All right, what do you want to know?
I guess give us a little quick rundown of who you are.
Well, I'm Jake, aka Jacob
J.
Klein, aka Jewsy J with a J-E-W. 'Cause
Jewsy
I'm part
J.
Jewish.
I see.
I represent the Jews. Not the OJ, but I do like OJ. And the Orenthal.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I'm 28 years young. I went to UNC. I just work at a bar right now. I just hang around with the
At Goodfellas, right?
Goodfellas bar in Chapel Hill. If you guys are in Chapel Hill, come to Goodfellas. I'm the pickleback.
Right, don't they have the
Shout out to them.
pickleback deal or
Yeah,
whatever?
picklebacks. We got
Yeah.
spicy and we got regular, so it's amazing. We
Me-
make all of our juice in house. It's insanely great.
You could-
Goodfellas.
You can make a team or something, a pickleback team.
Yes, pickleback club actually. If you do 100 over time, obviously you can't do them all at once, so you'll die. It's insane. That's your tank. That's a challenge actually. If you want to come out there, you do 100 in one night, you can. That'd be amazing. You
Please
get it
don't.
Yeah, please don't. Well, not endorsing that officially, but wink. No,
Do what you can.
cyber wink. No, but it's in you do 100, you get your name on a plaque. If you do 200, you get a cool little green jacket. But if you do 100, you get a keg, like a full-on
Oh,
keg,
nice.
which is 120 pints of beer. It's amazing. For free, you get a T-shirt. You get your name on a big ass plaque.
So is it
in the
like
bar.
you can take the keg with you, or you have?
No, you
the
have to
keg
have it there. But you have your friends. You can bring your friends in. They
Oh
give you
my God.
wristbands,
Over.
so you can bring all your buddies in and
That's
say,
the
"Hey,
hypest thing ever.
yeah."
Oh,
So let's
that's
say
pretty
like
dope.
you and 10 of your buddies come in. That's 120 pints. Yeah, so you get that. You get a T-shirt.
Yeah.
You get your name on the plaque. You do
Pickleback Pandas. If you're ever at Goodfellas, put your put your pickle back on
Yeah.
Team Pickleback
Yeah,
Pandas.
do that.
We're trying to get to 100. Trying to get that
Hell yeah.
cake party.
It's awesome. It's awesome. And if whoever puts their name on it, obviously you can probably invite them there. Yeah, you invite the people
Oh
to the
yes,
party.
for sure.
Yeah, that's
Most
a little
definitely.
good incentive right there.
The keg is a lot of beer to drink. Can't finish
It
it on
is.
our
It's
own.
120 pints of beer. If you can finish on your own, you're a complete alcoholic. So welcome to my life. No, I'm just kidding. But really though, it is a great time. You get your name on a plaque. If you do it 200 times, you eventually obviously get another cake party, but you get a green jacket. It's like the Masters. It says Pickleback Club on the back. It's really cool.
Nice.
I know it sounds chintzy, but it is a very, very awesome thing that we love to do. And we have a lot of different beers. It's a great bar. I wouldn't work there for as long as I did if I didn't like it. It's a great atmosphere. I worked there, been there for a while. Now I live in Carborough, getting ready to move to Raleigh here soon. Obviously, I'll make my way down here for guest appearances. I'm excited.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what's up.
It'll be kind of nice to be part of this. It's been a fun evening.
Oh yeah, for sure. Glad to have you here.
Yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell. Enjoy long walks on the beach
Swag.
and the occasional glory hole. So, ladies. JK. But anyways, I'll send it back to these two. Your wonderful host here.
We should ask some more
Alrighty.
questions. What's your favorite type of food? What's your favorite dish?
Oh, come on, man. You know that pizza.
Really, pizza. That's all
I love
random.
pizza. I love pizza. I love country fried steak, too.
What's your favorite drink, alcoholic and non-alcoholic?
I like all drinks alcoholic, but always alcoholic. No, but I like alcoholic. I'd say vodka, hands down. I know that makes me sound very girly, but I love whiskey. I love that. Last time I really went hard on whiskey, I woke up in a toilet, and I ate a bag of Cheetos. So
Vodka
what
and
I mean?
orange juice is my
So-
go-to drink.
Yeah, so usually vodka, orange juice, like screwdrivers, or
Screwdriver,
tequila
yeah.
sunrise. I like tequila too. I like shooting tequila. Non-alcoholic. Oh man, I gotta go with wild cherry Pepsi. I'm fucking obsessed.
That's really like specific.
I love wild cherry Pepsi. I'm
dig
fucking
it.
obsessed
What
with that
about
shit.
cheerwine? How?
Yeah, it's
Cherry
specific.
one's good, but wild
not
cherry
wild
Pepsi,
cherry Pepsi.
just grab a wild cherry Pepsi. Like,
I dig it.
To everybody out there too, just grab one, just take a big swig as soon as you open the
I
fresh
enjoy cherry flavored cola, so I understand.
one. Oh, that's great.
Wait.
Cherry Coke too is.
But I feel like I would just go to Cheerwine if I want
Yeah.
some cherry flavored shit.
There's just something distinctive about it. I don't know what it is. It's just
Okay.
I don't know. That's my alcoholic and non-alcoholic.
This is a cool question to ask him. Your 5 favorite artists to listen to, musically speaking.
Tech Nine for number one.
Really? He's in the top
I'm
5
obsessed. I'm
of what you
obsessed
listen
with
to.
I've been listening to everything recently of his, but I'm obsessed with Einstein.
I don't know who that is.
Einstein, by Tech Nine.
No. I just need 5 top artists.
Oh, 5 hours. Okay, so
Yeah.
so Tech Nine.
5 favorite artists.
Got my like Pandora in my head right now. 'Cause I think my favorite one's in there. Tech Nine. I liked. Shit. This is a pretty interesting. I like Drake. Obviously, he doesn't.
Drake's top 5 of favorite artists.
He's at least he's in the top 5. He lets me that.
You can't
I
not
like
beat
a
now.
lot of I like a lot of alternative bands, so it's kind of hard to choose between that.
I mean,
Oh, nice.
You can throw them in your top 5, man. Like, it's your top 5 of favorite
That's
artists.
true.
I'm sure people want to hear like non-rap shit for sure.
No, obviously I'm not gonna like pander. I don't want to be chintzy too. I like country a lot. I like Florida Georgia Line.
That's cool. Then
I
throw
like
an artist in. I
I
don't know.
I like Florida Georgia Line. I like Carrie Underwood. I know that sounds chintzy again, but I also like
You got one more spot left.
one more spot. Oh shit. Right now I've been getting really into
It's not what you doing.
Preezy's dog
That's
doing
Snow.
weird stuff.
That's Snow. She's the other guest. Put little headphones on her. Really fucking dope.
That's hilarious.
No, yeah, I mean, I just, let's see, my final band would be, I like Johnny Cash a lot, too.
Okay.
Johnny
Classic.
Cash is fucking awesome.
I feel like it was. Why was it such a struggle? Like,
It was just struggle, because I like a lot of music, man.
That's cool.
I
Like,
such
you
a
know
weird-
who you listen to, like your
You
five
should,
one
you should
to
see my
choose.
Pandora. My Pandora is just insane. My Pandora is just a wide array of just random shit, man. And it's kind of such a struggle because I like just so much of certain
There's.
artists. It can kind of speak to you sometimes. You know what I mean?
I dig.
Like I really like there's certain songs of DJ Snake I like a lot. You know what I mean, like
The G Snake's pretty fire.
Yeah. I just like hitting you. Like I like this. Yeah, you just get into it. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but anyways, yeah. Any more questions
stuff.
you guys want to
What's
ask me
else?
about?
I feel like what else are cool questions?
What are you planning on doing in Raleigh? What lies for you in Raleigh?
That's not a cool question at all. What?
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
moving up there. I mean, me and my girl moving in together. Yeah, I have a girl. Sorry, ladies. Wish I didn't. I'm just kidding. I do. She's great.
He's single.
This guy's
You can holler at
taken.
him.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Holla at all of us. We're all single. I'm ready to mingle. Right.
If you want to get in touch
What
with
up?
Jake, just like DM me in my Twitter at PreezyNC, and we'll go from
We
there.
can get you them hookups.
Yeah. You can hook up with the guy who sort of looks like Chris Pratt. So if that makes you feel any better.
Yeah, I can
at least
see
some
that.
girls said
Nah,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
see, at least some girls said that. So.
Which was like a famous Indian like dude. I could like people would know me as. I got like Jack White from the White Stripes once, and that's about the most famous.
You kind of look like
Jack
Jack White,
White.
actually. I said that.
I don't think I can run with it.
If you like straightened your hair and just like
I don't
wore
think
it
I take
down and like cut it a little bit,
I
like,
feel like I don't think I could take
Probably.
advantage. Like no one wants to fuck Jack White.
well, maybe.
I don't
Like,
think so.
The girls at 506, maybe.
Maybe not.
Like, yeah, guess who I fucked last night? Jack White. Just like his drumstick in my ass.
Jack White, like
Dun, 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 dun.
that was a weak question.
Yeah.
He's gonna go to Raleigh and work. Like, what else fuck are you supposed to do as an adult? Goddamn.
I mean, I want to. I don't know. I'm just gonna work. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
exactly. Shit.
True.
Nobody cares what your job is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to figure out what my job is.
Unless,
I don't know
unless
what
you're
my
like a
job is up
nuclear
there.
physicist, nobody really cares. Even that, nobody cares. I've noticed.
I don't even think I can be a nuclear physicist in Raleigh.
You can tell like some people that you're a basketball player and like, okay, cool. I
Yeah.
don't care. I guess that's all I have.
That's about. I was gonna say that's about all the questions. I mean, if you want anything more intimate,
Yeah, I don't want to get too intimate where it's weird. 'Cause then we just go.
if you get like super weird.
That's all. I guess
so
that's,
anyways,
that's all we have for the week. This week was like, yeah,
it was a hodgepodge of things.
It was a hodgepodge for sure. This week kind of sucked. Like news wise, musically there wasn't much that happened. Sports wise, Portugal won. That was a big thing. Kevin Durant got traded. Nothing crazy though.
Pokemon Go is ruining everybody's lives slowly but surely.
Follow me on Twitter, PreezyNC. Snapchat is PreezysNC. Follow Chris on Twitter. Follow Topher on Twitter at.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Snapchat, CXavier6. Yeah.
What's your Twitter? You don't have your fucking Twitter?
As I mentioned earlier, I'm still not using my Twitter, so
Goddamn, Chris.
not relevant as of now.
It's cool. I'll write his Twitter in.
When I start
using.
when I start using my Twitter is when I'll start plugging my Twitter.
Yeah, if I can remember my Twitter,
I will
let you know my Twitter.
I don't want you guys to follow an unused profile.
It doesn't
It's
matter.
unnecessary.
I'll plug his Twitter into the description or somewhere. If you're watching on YouTube, it'll be at the end. If it's on SoundCloud, it's in the description. What else is going on? Yes. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yeah, we're on Facebook, YouTube.
We need subscribers. Quit being like, I know y'all watch, just like subscribe. Y'all got nothing else to do.
Just click that subscribe button. You don't have to pay anything.
Right. What do y'all do? Y'all work 9 to 5, whatever your fucking hours are, and y'all come home and then y'all want to like watch shit on TV. You might as well watch your fucking friend do a podcast.
True, especially
Right.
if you have a smart TV, it makes it so much easier.
Or if you're on
Instead of watching-
SoundCloud.
You could be informed as what's going on.
Or if
Be
you're on
informed
SoundCloud, you're already like
citizens.
listening to NPR, and sometimes NPR kind of sucks. Might as well put us
Yeah.
on to your auxiliary.
Right.
If you want to listen to a guy talk like this on NPR,
Yeah.
We
or you
have
listen to us talk like this.
we have
on
more
normal.
soothing.
We talk real shit.
We have
Yeah.
better voices.
We're anti-NPR. We're
Yeah.
not PR.
Yeah.
That's the real NPR.
True. Well,
Yeah.
well, later, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.